Hey everybody, it's Cooper here, and welcome to another pickup video. And before I get started, there's a couple things I wanted to talk about. All this stuff that I got here was in like the past week and a half from the last pickup video that you guys saw. And it is a lot of stuff. And there was so much that I couldn't put it all into one video. And this isn't going to be like a 2 or 3 part video or anything like that. But the reason that I got so much stuff is because I drove up to the Seattle area to buy a collection of stuff from an ex-Nintendo employee. And everything that I got from him was promotional items, or employee items, or prototype items, which are very awesome. There were no games included or systems included in that bundle, so I figured I'd make all that into its own video. And so I'm not showing any of that stuff here, which I guess is kind of unfortunate now, but you will get a full video dedicated to only that stuff. So, also, I got a lot of Pokemon and Nintendo toys and plushes and figures and stuff like that from Toys R Us, Walmart, Target, Fred Meyer, places like that that I've been picking up over the past couple weeks, and I figured I would show all those in their own video as well, just because there's so much there. So, this stuff here is all of the video games that I've picked up, the accessories and systems and stuff like that. So, in addition to this pickup video, you're kind of getting 2 bonus pickup videos, which have lots of really cool stuff in them. So, be on the lookout for those within the next few days. So, let's jump into this. So, I got a few more memory cards here. Got a Dreamcast VMU, N64 one, and a clear PS1 memory card. And then I got a few little strategy guides and book things here. First up, from a video game store up in the Seattle area called Another Castle, I picked up an Ogre Battle 64 Prima's official hint book. It says that across the top there. It's very thin. This is very small, but it's pretty cool. I couldn't find any of these online anywhere. I'm sure it's not super rare or anything, but I couldn't find any for sale, so I don't know exactly what it's worth. But I paid $3.50, and then I got 10% off of that. So whatever that came to, I think it was $3.15 is what I paid for this in the end. But I thought that was very cool. Being an N64 collector, that's a cool piece to add to the collection. Next up, this was 79 cents from a Goodwill. I picked up a How to Draw Pokemon, just one of these little random books here. I believe I already have a couple of these, or I've had them before. And it was 79 cents, so I figured why not. Then I got 2 strategy guides here from a Goodwill for $1.99. I picked up Mario Kart Double Dash, Prima's guide here. It's got a rip on the back, but other than that, it's in decent condition. And then from a random little thrift store, I think it was called like Hidden Treasures or something. I think this was $1.99. I picked up Super Mario World Mario Advance 2 Nintendo Power Guide. So, pretty cool. I'm not really trying to go after guides too much. I don't look for them in the book section when I go to Goodwill. But if I happen to see them and they're cheap, I will pick them up. So yeah, next up, I guess I should have included this in part of the Pokemon and Nintendo toy pickup video that I'm going to be doing, but I got one of the little boxes for the Mario Connects from Toys R Us because they had 3 left, 1 of each, and I bought all 3, so they gave me this for free. Pretty cool. And then from a Goodwill for 99 cents, I got a sealed pack, or I guess it's just one, but it's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles paper tablecloth. And it's all sealed in this little package here, which is pretty cool. I'm not really... Once again, I'm not trying to really get strategy guides. I'm not really trying to collect turtle stuff, but if I do find it for cheap, I will pick it up. I have a couple other items, like the old troll dolls. I have a Ninja Turtle one that's still sealed that I found at Goodwill as well. But pretty cool. And then I have a couple Dreamcast games that I just picked up. These were, I believe, $1 each. I picked up a web browser and NBA 2K from a local game store in Portland called CD Game Exchange. This one might have been $2.50, but this one was definitely $1. And I already have one of these sealed, but I didn't have one open, so I figured I'd pick that up for $1. Not bad. And then a couple Xbox games here. 3 of them, actually. I didn't really organize the games that well, so excuse me for a second while I get everything. So, 3 Xbox games. The first one here is a condition upgrade for a game that I already had. The original copy that I had, I paid $4 for, but this one I got for $2.99, so in my spreadsheet now, I can update it so that it's in better condition, but also that I paid $1 less for it, which is cool. And it's Your Self Fitness, which used to be a pretty rare Xbox game, but it's not. I mean, it's still pretty uncommon, but it's not very pricey at all. And then I also picked up Batman Vengeance for $2 at a Goodwill or at a Cash America pawn shop, and then Serious Sam for $3 from a Goodwill. And then I got one PSP game from a Cash America pawn shop. I paid like $3 or $4, and it's Final Fantasy Tactics: The War of the Lions. And everything here is complete, just so you guys know. I picked up a few PS2 games here, in no particular order, for $3 at a Goodwill. Time Crisis 2. Also for $3 from the same Goodwill, Castlevania, Lament of Innocence. Then I picked up, these ones were, I don't remember the prices on some of them because I took the stickers off, but Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty, that was also from a Goodwill. It's probably $3 or $4. Same with Rayman Raving Rabbids, but this one was actually a condition upgrade. I didn't actually mean to purchase this because I usually check to see if I already have it, and this one's not worth upgrading for the price I paid. So that was kind of an accidental buy. It was in the bottom of the cart, and I forgot to look it up before we checked out. For $2.99, picked up Devil May Cry from a Value Village. They have terrible price tags that you can't get them off, so that kind of sucks. And then for $2.99 from a Goodwill, I picked up VeggieTales, Larry Boy, and the Bad Apple. Pretty much, some of them were just filler titles, but they're cheap enough, and going for a complete collection, so might as well pick them up when I see them. And then I picked up two DS games, actually. First up, this was from a Cash America for like $4. I picked up Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All. And then the other one I picked up off eBay. This was $6.50 with free shipping. That is a factory sealed copy of Master of Illusion. Comes in a big box here with a deck of like magic cards. So that was kind of cool. These are usually like $10 to $12, but $6.50 with free shipping is pretty good. And I just wanted to get that one because it was a big box, kind of like a special edition type game. So I thought that was cool to add to the collection. What's next? Oh, one more DS game. I forgot. A factory sealed copy of Cooking Mama. I found this on a clearance table at Office Max, and this was $5. Pretty cool. Another random thing here from a Value Village. I found the Ubisoft Mixtape Volume 2 DVD here. Kind of just like a little preview demo thing. And this was 99 cents, I believe. And then I have a big stack of PS1 games here, which came from CD Game Exchange. And then I think a couple of them came from Goodwill and stuff like that, but most of these are from CD Game Exchange, and I didn't pay above $2.50 for any of the games that I got from there. Like I said, a couple of them might have come from Goodwill. They might have been $3 or $4, but the majority of these were $1, $2, or $2.50. So the first one is Driver, and actually I got this one from Goodwill because it's got the price tag on there for $2.99. And then All-Star Slammin' D-Ball, Casper Friends Around the World, Kart World Series, Critical Depth, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, IHRA Motorsports Drag Racing, Marble Master, NFL Game Day 2000, NBA Shootout 98 and 97, NFL Game Day 2001, PGA Tour 97, Pro Pinball Fantastic Journey and Spin Jam. Speedball 2100. Spec Ops Ranger Elite. Tecmo World Golf, which this one I only paid $1 for from CD Game Exchange, and come to find out it's like a $20-$25 game. So that was kind of cool. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire 2nd Edition. 007 World Is Not Enough. And I guess another Dreamcast game slipped in here. NBA 2K1. And then from, I believe this was from a Goodwill, Spec Ops Stealth Patrol, which is still factory sealed. So that one was only a couple dollars. And then from another castle up in the Seattle area, I picked up Sayuki Journey West, which is also factory sealed. And I've got it in a little extra protector here, but it is sealed. I paid $30, and that's about the going rate for them, but they don't really come up sealed that often, so I thought it was just a cool piece to pick up. And I was getting some really good deals on other games I was buying from there, so it kind of evened out, and you'll see those in a minute. Let me get these PS1 games out of the way. Most of the PS1 games were just filler titles, as you saw, but they were super cheap, so I just picked them up. Have a couple more Sega games here. From both of these, actually, were from another castle. So for Sega CD, I picked up Racing Aces, and then for Sega Saturn, I picked up Blackfire, and these were about $4.50 each or so. So pretty cool. And then I have some more PS1 games, but these are all long box games, and I got all these from another castle as well. None of them were above $9, and the first one here was only 90 cents, I believe, and that was NHL Face-Off. And then we have VR Soccer 96, Wipeout, Descent, and Thunderstrike 2. And this one, the price tag was $9.50, but I got 10% off everything. And when I was looking at the receipt to enter it into my spreadsheet, they only charged me $3, I think. So that was kind of weird. I didn't notice it at the time, but I guess it's cool to get it a little cheaper. And then I also have some Wii games and some Wii U games here. There is some retro stuff as well, but I'll show that at the end. Everything's kind of spread out here. So a lot of these Wii games, a couple of them came from, 3 of them came from GameStop. They had a buy 2 get 1 free deal. Some of them came from Goodwill, and the rest came from Cash America pawn shops. So first up, the 3 that I got from GameStop were Black Eyed Peas Experience, which was like $1.89. Trackmania Build to Race, which was $3 something. And then for free, I got Dragon Blade Wrath of Fire, which was 89 cents, but that was my free one. And then from Goodwill, I got Naruto Clash of Ninja Revolution for $4.99. Also for $5 was The Sims 3, and my girlfriend Abby has been really wanting to play this. She's been trying to convince me to buy it from Target for $20, and I kept telling her it's not a hard game to find. We'll find it eventually, and we found it at Goodwill for $5, so that was awesome. Now she gets to play that one. Then I got 3 factory sealed games here from a Goodwill. These were $9.80 each. First one is Ben 10 Ultimate Alien Cosmic Destruction, which is still like $35 new on eBay, so that was cool. The other ones here, I paid about what they're worth, maybe a little bit less, but to get them sealed is cool. Rhythm Heaven Fever and Just Dance Kids 2014. And I have most of the Just Dance games on the Wii now sealed, and I found every single one of them at Goodwill, which is kind of cool, kind of funny, I guess. And then the rest of the Wii games here came from a Cash America pawn shop. We have Pokemon Battle Revolution, Silent Hill Shattered Memories, Mario Party 8, Rayman Origins, and a Nintendo Selects version of Mario Strikers Charged. And I don't really collect Player's Choice or Greatest Hits, but for Wii, I'm making an exception because there's very few, and I almost have all of them already anyway, so I am keeping the Nintendo Selects games. And I've kind of decided that eventually I will collect Greatest Hits and Player's Choice, Like, if I complete my GameCube collection, I have every Black Label game, I'll then go after the Player's Choice ones, just to have it be a little more complete, I guess, from a collecting standpoint. And then the last Wii game is Mario Kart Wii, but this is the Japanese version, as you can see. And I got this from a Cash America pawn shop as well, and it was only $4.99 because it was a Japanese version. The game inside is still sealed, and it's got the remote, or the wheel and everything in there, and the baggie, all the paperwork. The outer box is not sealed, but like I said, the game inside is. And looking on eBay, I'm not sure why, but the Japanese bundle like this has been selling for $40 to $50, and that really surprised me, and that's for an opened copy even. I'm not sure why it would go for so much more than an American copy. Maybe it's just a fluke, I'm not sure, but for $5, I thought it would just be cool to add it to the collection. And just like the other deals I got, I was getting really good prices on other stuff, so that one was kind of free, if you want to think about it that way. And then I picked up one Atari 2600 game. This was 10% off of $3.50 from Another Castle, and that is Casino. Box is in pretty good condition. And then, what was I going to show? I guess I'll show you guys the Wii U games. I got these from Cash America, Goodwill, Another Castle, Toys R Us, and GameStop, and Best Buy. So, first up, I did an unboxing video of this, but it is the Twilight Princess HD bundle with the amiibo. This one I got from GameStop. This is the one that I unboxed. And then in the mail, I got a factory sealed copy that I had pre-ordered from Best Buy. So I'm keeping this one sealed. And of course, I opened the other one. And Abby is really excited to start to play that one, which is cool. And then I picked up another bundle that I was missing. I got this one from Another Castle for $59, which is pretty much what it goes for. It's $1 cheaper than buying it at Target or something, but that's the Yoshi's Woolly World bundle with the amiibo. So that's pretty cool. And then another bundle that I got, this was from Goodwill actually, for $25, which is more than I should have paid. But for some reason, when I looked it up on my phone, the cheapest ones that I was seeing sealed were going for like $45. And then when I got home, I saw one for like $18 with free shipping. So, I don't know, I might have overpaid a bit, but that is the Wii Fit U plus the Wii Fit meter, the big box version here. And this is still sealed as well. So I'm glad to have it, but I probably could have got it cheaper. And then I have some more Wii U games here. I'm going to save a couple. I'll show them to you after these, but from two different Cash Americas, I picked up a variety of Wii U games. A couple were doubles that I'll be selling, but some of them that I got to keep. These were, I think they were like $5 each. I got Watch Dogs and Darksiders 2. And I don't know exactly, they were priced at $13 each, but I got both of these with another stack of like 4 or 5 games for $19 total. So I don't know what that worked out to per game, but they must have been like $4 or $5 each, which is cool. Abby wants to play Darksiders, and I've really been wanting to play Watch Dogs. I almost pre-ordered it when it first came out, so glad I didn't. And then I also picked up Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, which I had in my collection before, but when I sold it, this is one of the games that I didn't keep, so I'm glad to finally have this one back. And Abby was playing this last night, and she was getting really angry because it is a very difficult game. And then this one was, I think, $15. And then also New Super Luigi U. I actually got 2 copies of this on our trip up to Seattle. So I think this one was like $15. I'm not 15 or 20. I can't remember for sure, but it's going for like 35, 40 still. So that was awesome to find that. And then the 3 kind of special Wii U games here. From Toys R Us, I got Lego Marvel Avengers, which comes, this is very interesting, but it comes in this bag with a little pack of Legos. And I asked the guy, the person working there, it was a lady actually, I asked her if this is how it actually came. Like, I didn't want I wasn't going to buy it if this was just like a little promotion that Toys R Us was doing. I wanted to make sure this is actually how Toys R Us received them from the distributor. And she said, yeah, this is exactly how they came. So I bought it just because it's so weird. The 3DS version of the game comes in a box that has Legos in it. This one doesn't seem to have any sort of outer packaging. It just comes in this random bag. So I thought this would be an interesting piece to have in the collection because I don't know how many people are going to have this. I'm not even sure if people know about this because I know Finn Gamer is going for a complete Wii U collection. And I don't know if this is something that he has, but if it's not, I mean, he definitely needs to look into it. But just very interesting, and I'm not sure if this is like a Toys R Us only thing or whatever, but I thought that was really cool. And then I picked up 2 other Wii U games here, which are pretty hard to find. The first one here is Gianna Sisters Twisted Dreams Director's Cut. I found this at the same Toys R Us that I got this one at, and they still had like 7 copies of this on the shelf, so I'm not sure about the actual like rarity of it. I thought it was discontinued, but I'm not sure now. I haven't seen this at any other stores, even at any other Toys R Us's, and I paid $39.99, and even the cheapest new one on eBay is still $50. So I don't know. I guess I thought it was more rare than it really is. I'm not sure, but I'm happy to knock it off the list. Then the last one I got from another castle, and for $55 I got a sealed copy of Wii Sports Club. I have an opened copy that I found at GameStop, but the cheapest sealed copy of this on Amazon was like $78, I think. So $55 is pretty good for that one. That one was also discontinued as far as I know, so it's a little harder to find now. From a Value Village, I picked up a pink Nintendo DS Lite system. Unfortunately, it's missing the cardboard insert, so it's just the system in here with all the paperwork and all that. Didn't even come with a charger, actually, but I have extras of those. And like I said, it was Value Village, so they have this terrible sticker on here that I couldn't get off. You can kind of see there. But the system is in mint condition. The box is in perfect shape, so for $30, that was pretty good. The cheapest one on eBay, I just looked it up a couple minutes ago before I started the video, was $45. So not big savings, but still a pretty good deal. I also got the Twilight Princess soundtrack pre-order bonus from GameStop. And then for the PS2, I got the High School Musical 3 kind of Dance Dance Revolution style. There's no game in here, it's just the actual dance pad, and then the box, of course, here. It's got a little bit of damage, it got some tape on it and stuff, but it was only $4, and I can pick the game up, you know, at a pawn shop later for 50 cents or $1 to complete that. So that's kind of cool. And then also from another castle, I picked up a factory-sealed Devil Summoner 2 Special Edition. And I had this in my collection before, and it was one of the items that I really wanted to get back, so I'm glad that I found this. It was $65, which is a little bit under what they're going for, but not much. But, I mean, it was better than buying it off eBay. And then I have one really cool item that I want to save for last that's not a video game, but all the rest of the games and stuff that I have to show now is retro stuff. So, first off, I picked up Motocross Championship for the 32X. I think this was like $9 from another castle. There aren't too many 32X games, and this is the 4th one now, so maybe I'll complete that collection soon. I don't know how many games there are exactly, and there's probably some expensive ones, so I'm not sure. But from CD Game Exchange, I picked up Toy Story 2 for the Game Boy Color. This was $4, I believe. Not bad. And then from Super Smash Games in Tacoma, Washington, I picked up a factory-sealed copy of Worms Armageddon for the Game Boy Color. And this was $20, but I got 5% off for checking in. If you guys follow me on Facebook, you probably saw I checked in while I was at the store to get the 5% off. But factory sealed for $20, not bad. They don't really come up too often, but I think 25 is about what they go for when they do come up sealed. So not a great deal, but just cool to get a sealed Game Boy Color game. And then I have some NES, Super Nintendo, and 64 games here. Oh, as well as some GameCube games. I forgot to show these. From a Cash America for $1, I picked up Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, and Master Quest for the GameCube. I also picked up Wind Waker and Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles for $1 each from the same place, but I already have Wind Waker, and Crystal Chronicles was missing the manual, unfortunately, so I won't be keeping those, but to find these games for $1 is just crazy, so that was pretty cool. And then from CD Game Exchange, the price tag says $60, but I paid $50, and it was in Oregon, so there was no tax on that, and I got Chibi Robo, which is one of the harder to find GameCube games. It's going for about $70 to $80 for a complete copy. This one's in mint condition as well. So $50 for that was pretty good. I talked him down from $60 because I bought all the PS1 games. So he's willing to cut me a little bit of a deal. So I'm glad to knock that one off the list. That was cool to find that in person. And then I guess I'll go with the NES games next. I picked up two. These are both from Another Castle. First up, for I think this was $8, I picked up Bases Loaded, and the box is in really good condition. It's only got like a slight crease right here on the front, which you probably can't even see. But other than that, the box is in great condition. However, both of these NES games are missing the styrofoam at the bottom, which is not a huge deal to me. You can always make your own or just pull them out of other games, but that was cool. And then the other one here is Lunar Pool. And this one still has the plastic on it, which I've really been trying to go for. As you can see, it's kind of ripped on the back, but the plastic is still on the box, which is very cool. Always glad to find another game with the plastic on it. And that one was $14, I think. And then got 4 Super Nintendo games. And the first two I showed you the cartridges for in my last video. So I picked up the box for Family Feud. And I talked about the prices in the last one. I don't remember what they were. And then I picked up the box and manual for Cliffhanger. These are both in really good condition, so I'm very happy with these purchases. This one I know is $6.99. I think this one was $3.50 with free shipping or something like that. So very cool to add those to the collection. And then 2 other Super Nintendo games here. These also both have the plastic still on the box, which is awesome. For $10, I got, I think it's pronounced Wale or Wally something, Country Club. It's a golf game here. It's an extra protector. Actually, no, it's not. I took it off. As you can see, though, it's still got the plastic on it. It's got the seam down the middle here. So, very cool. I love finding games like this because they're always in such good condition. And I have quite a few now in my collection that are like this. And whenever I go to a retro game store, I always try to limit myself to looking at the games with the plastic on them, even if they are filler titles. But it's just nice to have, really good condition games the first time around, so I don't have to replace a lot of stuff. The other one, this one was $20, I believe, and that is Super Strike Eagle. This one is another protector here because this one's in mint condition. But yeah, very, very cool. And like I said, both of those came from Super Smash Games in Tacoma. Maybe I didn't say that, but that's where they were from. And then off of eBay, this was an auction that I put in my bid as the starting bid. I put that in as my max, and I won it. And I paid a little bit more than what they go for the cheapest buy it now. But this one, once again, still has the plastic on it, and that is NASCAR 99 for the N64. As you can see, still got the plastic on it here. And I paid, I believe it was like $12 after shipping for it. And you can get buy it nows for like $7, $8, $9, but all the ones that are that cheap are, of course, like crushed boxes and stuff like that. So I'm not sure if this is really worth too much, but like I said, I'm going for ones that still have the plastic on them, so that's very cool. And then the last game before I show you the last item is a factory sealed N64 game, and this one is kind of hard to find. Not super rare or anything, but I'm very glad to have this one knocked off the list. And I actually had a sealed copy of this in my collection before, but it was crushed. So this one is in near mint condition, and that is NFL Blitz Special Edition. And it's in an extra protector, but it is factory sealed. And I paid $100 for this from Super Smash Games, 5% off though, so it was $95 for it. But this one, the cheapest buy it now currently is like $130 or $140. So I paid a little bit under that, but if you check like sold listings and auctions and stuff, it usually sells for maybe a little bit less than 100, but having it be in such perfect condition and finding it in person is always cool. So that was 95. And then the last item here also came from Super Smash Games. And I didn't check eBay, but I did check Amazon. The cheapest ones on Amazon were like 80, and I paid 5% off of $50 for it. But I'm very glad to have this, and it is a Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time Link figure. Still factory sealed, and it's in great condition. There's no damage at all to the cardboard or to the plastic here. And this isn't like a new figure, as you can tell. It's from the 90s. It's an N64. 1998 is the copyright on it. So very cool. Very glad to have it. And there you have it. And there's the price tag, if it'll focus. So yeah, lots of awesome stuff. I'm sorry that the video was so long, but there was a lot of stuff to get through, and the stories that go along with it. So be on the lookout in the next couple days for the other 2 pickup videos. One of them has some stuff that I've never seen before, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have never seen before. Some stuff that nobody else has in their collection, which is very awesome. I'm excited to show that stuff. The employee items and the prototype stuff that I got from this ex-Nintendo employee. He was in charge of marketing, so he was in charge of approving designs for specific promotional items and stuff like that. So there's a lot of really cool stuff, and I'll tell you guys the story and everything about it in that video. And then also be on the lookout for the Pokemon and Nintendo toys and collectibles and figures and plushes video, which will be up soon as well. So please hit the like button and subscribe if you're not, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.